Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, welcome back. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday, man. So happy. I don't know if you're anything like me to be done with April Fool's Day. Every article, fake post, I'm like getting whiplash from not knowing what to believe and not wanting to fall for a trick and be fooled. So thank God it is April 2nd and we all can just, get actual information and not be fooled. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Evans out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Maps coach, bold coach, all the things, Constellation Home Sales. I get the privilege, nay, the honor of hanging out with you every morning, man. Today, we've got a topic. This one, as per usual, this content comes from real life examples, things that are popping up in the wild, if you will. This one I've seen happen for the past couple weeks now, man. It's been kind of a theme in some of our coaching questions I've had, one-on-ones, and I wanted to dive into it because some of us may be missing the mark on this. Some of us may be doing it pretty well, but could be doing it a little better. So I wanted to offer you some tips on this big piece of our business that we may not be doing as best as we should. So this is like how to fix your follow-up. How to fix your follow-up in, let's say, 15 minutes. Guys, here's what I want you to take away from this. You don't necessarily need more leads. You need more intentional action. You don't necessarily need more leads. You need more intentional action. Here's the thing, man. 80% of success, and you know this if you've been in the business, 80% of success comes from follow up consistently, not necessarily charisma or clever marketing. Does that help? Yes, of course. Is that the main thing? No. Guys, no. This episode, this morning show, we're going to figure out some systems or maybe some tactics that we can put into place to up our follow up game, up our conversions, up our money, and up our chances of hitting the life by design we're looking for. I was told this in my very first bold more years ago than I care to mention. Ugh, I'm getting old. Is this lead generation will make you money? Follow up will make you a fortune. Lead generation will make you money. Follow up will make you a fortune. Here's the problem with lead generation. Oops, I said it. Gonna get my hand slapped for this one. The problem with lead generation is if we only focus on lead generation, a lot of times what happens is we're building, instead of a 20-year career, we're building 21-year careers. We're constantly hunting, constantly looking to fill it instead of building relationships and follow up. So we get those lucky come list me calls, those lucky reach outs from people saying, hey, man, I want to buy a house. You're the person, you're the guy, you're the gal. It all starts with our follow up. So we're going to dive into that today, guys. Here's the thing, leads are expensive. They are. But missed follow-up is more expensive. And when I say expensive, I'm assure you, what I'm not saying is go buy leads. Ugh. No judgment if you do, to each their own. But what I'm saying is leads are expensive, or people in our database are expensive, not just financially, but energy, time. Those all have a direct cost on our world. Guys, missed follow-up is more expensive. Here's a truth. If you're ghosting your pipeline, do not be surprised when they ghost you. If you're ghosting your pipeline, don't be surprised when they ghost you. This is a lesson that I wish I learned earlier. Because younger Kyle, never really that young, missed a lot of stuff, man. A lot of closings went into someone else. And it was my fault. It was because I wasn't following up with them enough. I wasn't staying in emotional proximity with them. It wasn't their fault for going with another agent. It was my fault for not being present enough. I love to say this in the room. When is the best time to say I love you? When is the best time to say I love you? Before someone else does. That's the answer. Before someone else does. Guys, are we loving on our follow ups enough, our database enough? Most people, and here's the thing where it comes with follow up a lot of the time management, self management. Most people aren't lazy, they're just overwhelmed. We're doing too many things, half but half steam, half intentional, half energy. I don't know a PC way to say that. You know what I'm saying? We do so many things mediocre instead of doing a few things great. Guys, we're overwhelmed. We're pulled into too many directions. What would it look like if our follow up was systematic, if our follow up was intentional? We're not lazy. We're mostly just overwhelmed. Overwhelmed, being there too long leads to burnout or the feeling of burnout. Guys, follow up doesn't have to take hours. That's the thing that we miss. It does not have to take hours. Let's figure out how we can fix this fast, how we can fix it in, say, I don't know, 15 minutes. Guys, the fortune is in the follow up. Jim Rome said that. Here's some statistics to really drive this point home if I don't have your attention yet. You may resonate with this. You may claim some DNA on these stats. 44% of salespeople give up after one follow up. 44% of salespeople give up after one follow up. Let's take this specifically to things like for sale by owners, expireds, withdrawals. Most people, almost half, call one time, get a no, get a leave me alone, get a I'm going to list it myself, get a voicemail, and they never call again. Then they craft stories in their mind, something like this. Oh, that doesn't work. Or they're all mean. Ugh. When it's not the fact that it doesn't work, it's the fact that we're not working it. Guys, only the ocho, 8% of reps follow up more than 5 times. Some of you are like, man, I've never followed up 5 times in my life. Let's start there, sister. Guys, what I want you to understand is this: 80%, the majority of sales happen between the 5th and the 12th touch. 80% happens between the 5th and the 12th. Yet, for some reason, myself included, we think that if I call a lead once, call a lead twice, God forbid, maybe even call a lead 3 times, that they should convert. And if they don't convert, that means it's a bad lead. Nah, man, we're just doing bad follow up. It's not our lack of effort, it's our lack of structure. It's our lack of structure. I learned this the hard way, man. One time specifically, a couple years ago, I was showing someone some land. It's nice land in my sphere. Showed them a few places, figured out their wants and needs, did all the thing. They were going to build their dream house. Showed them a couple, couldn't get it done. They said, let's put this on the back burner for now. So Kyle said, cool, man. I'm going to listen to that, put it on the back burner. I'm going to circle back. And I didn't. I didn't. Because in my mind, I was like, they're not serious. They're going to wait this out. They're probably a couple years out. 6 months later, they bought their dream home for $850,000. It wasn't land. They bought a home. You see, that was my sale to lose because instead of staying in the pocket with them, instead of following up with them systematically, I let it go. And what happened was, like a lot of buyers, when they feel abandoned or orphaned or not prioritized, they go out and seek information for themselves. Guys, we live in the information age. It costs them 4 seconds to get online and find a listing that they like and call the sign. I lost it because my follow up wasn't there. So here's what I want you to do to not be like poor Kyle, to not be like young Kyle, to not be like follow up list Kyle, is figure out a system around this. So let's break this down into a 15-minute segment that we can do daily to make sure that this doesn't happen. First off, is this: prioritize. Our first 5-minute block of the day is prioritizing. Don't chase everyone. Do not chase everyone. This is where we get into the weeds and think follow up lasts forever. Guys, chase the ones who already know your name. Chase the ones where you have a high likelihood of converting. That's called being intentional with your time and your focus. So, how does this happen? Every day, open your CRM, man. Check your notes, check your inbox, check your DMs, check your text messages. Start in the morning with a question, and it sounds like this: what are the 5 high impact conversations that I can have this morning? What are the 5 high impact conversations I can have this morning? If you're not sure, again, check some of your notes, check your pipeline. Who's my A's? Who's my A pluses? Identify 5 of those conversations. You may have recently talked to them. You may have sent them some listings. You may have had a great back and forth conversation on the socials. Look for people where the ball is in your court. This is how we increase our efficacy in the mornings. If you cannot find 3 to 5 high impact conversations for that morning, there's another problem. We're not talking to enough people. We're not having enough conversations. So that's a double-edged sword there. We need to prioritize, but if we don't have enough to prioritize, we've got to get back into lead generation because that means we don't have enough leads. I trust that makes sense. So number 1, first 5 minutes, we're going to prioritize. What are the 5 high impact conversations I can have? The next one is this: personalize. So we're prioritizing, then we're going to personalize. In a world of AI and bots and spam, be a human. In a world of bots, AI, and spam, be a human. This is like the biggest thing I do my best to get through agents' minds. I don't want you, and neither does the client, to be this robotic salesperson. They want you to be a human being that sees them, that understands them, that wants to be in relationship with them, that wants to help them and serve them. In a world of bots, be a human being. Send a real message to these people. So we prioritize who we're sending it to. Now we're going to personalize. I want you to send a real message. Here's some ideas on the real message you can send. By the way, this should only take 5 minutes. I want you to send an audio message, not a voicemail, not a text message. I want you to send an audio message. Hey, Frank, Kyle here, man, up in here looking at the listings that just hit the market. I see one that might be a match. Do you want me to send that over to you? It's that simple. I don't care if it's a match or not. I care that we are showing them that we're thinking about them on a daily basis. I want to show them that we're proactive. I want to show them that they're important to us. 5 minutes, audio message. Use their name. In the book, I believe it's in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think the line is, someone's name is the sweetest sound that they can hear. Use their name. However, comma, do not overuse their name because that gets into too salesy. But you should be referencing their name. Guys, another thing that you should talk about is maybe a piece of the last conversation or mutual context that you had together. A piece of the last conversation or some of the mutual context that you have together. Hey, Frank, again, this may be a match. I know your criteria. I know what you're looking for. I'm showing them that I know them. This is important. It shows that you're listening to them. Next is I want you to include, and this is huge for all of your messaging, a call to action, a next step. Hey, do you want me to send this over? Yes or no? Hey, if you do like it, shoot me a text telling me that you like it. Shoot me a text telling me that you don't. Have a next step in there. Because if you just blindly message a listing, what are they supposed to do with it? What are they supposed to what do they do? People want to be led. Doug Duncan told us that the other day on the show. People want to be led. Lead them. So again, 5 high impact conversations first thing in the morning. Audio text them, man. Hey, thinking about you. Just saw this listing. Hey, thinking about you. Just came across this great vendor. I know you're looking to get your roof done before you go to market. Whatever it is. Hey, do you want me to send over a quick walkthrough of this listing? Like, whatever it is, guys. A listing they may like, local market update. If they're looking in a specific neighborhood or a specific zip code or area, hey, just a heads up. This is what hit the market. This is the stats of the market. This is what's going on in that area. Just thought you should know. We got to start talking. Hey, I just came across a new loan option you might be interested in. Do you want me to have this lender reach out? It sounds like it might be a match for you. Like, these are all follow up things. Again, 5 conversations first thing in the morning to our high impact people. The next one, prep for tomorrow. So we prioritized, we personalized, and now we're prepping for the next day. Guys, we got to win the day before it even begins. So what do? I want you to update your CRM with notes from these conversations today. I want you to start thinking about the 3 to 5, maybe even 10 high impact conversations you're going to have the next day. Flag it, know it, write it down. Preparation is key to success. And if you're looking to take it even a step farther, create a one-liner that you can personalize and reuse to multiple people. This is going to be your go-to. A brain on purpose is so much more effective than one that is confused, one that is lacking clarity. Line up your dominoes for the next day and watch how your lead generation, your lead follow up gets better. This isn't rocket science, but it's so simple that we often overlook it and think that it has to be more complicated than this. It does not. Another thing to think about is stacking your follow up. Write this down, put it in your brain. Repetition builds trust. Repetition builds trust. Repetition builds trust. Guys, do not continue to do the same thing over and over again, but I want you to continue consistently talking. What do I mean by that? One week it might be the audio. The next week it might be a text. The third week it might be an email. The fourth week it might be a call. The fifth week it might be a video. Like, change it up, but stay consistent on the frequency of which you're touching them in. It's that simple, and yet it's that hard. Here's the thing. Tying a bow on all this, sending you on your way for your daily checkup from the neck up. Discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals freedom. Having this system that you know you're going to do every single day, having the discipline to follow up equals the freedom that you're looking for. It equals the business that you desire. Guys, if you're doing all the branding, all the reels, all the content, some lead generation, but you're skipping the follow up, you're building attention and not income. 15 minutes of intentional follow up each day will literally change your business. And here's the wild thing. What if it's 30? What if it's 45? What if it's an hour? We'll work into that. But I want you to start, if you are not now, with this 15-minute exercise, being intentional each morning. Prioritize, personalize, and then prep for the next day. Your three number ones there. This is your rally cry, your task, your homework for all of you people listening this morning. Pick 5 high impact conversations. Send the message and then do it for 5 days straight. 5 days straight. That's 25 personal touches in a week. That's 25. Some of us should be looking for 100 contacts. That's 25 of them out the way in 15 minutes a day. Let's go, people. This is how we get into rhythm in business and build it. Guys, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm going to send you on your way this morning, man. Go make it a good one. Go follow up with the people you know you should be following up with. And if you don't know who you should be following up with, you need to spend some more time prepping for the following day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, Coach Kyle Evans, I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Go make it a great one.